Mamás
Fuera de lugar.
All right, everybody, I want to hear what your most fuera de lugar horror story is, or just like something that's outer worldly.
Like unexplainable. Like there's no explanation.
Ooh, something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Has that
Anybody
happened
wanna
to
go
you?
first?
Okay, so we were in TJ because we always.
Why all the horror things happen in TJ?
Okay. You want to hear the one from here? I have one from here. So my dad's house is very, very old, right? It's from like the 1950s. And tell me why my father never told us that there was or is, I don't know, a ghost in that house of a child, of a little kid.
Oh.
Right? So he never told us that, right? And it wasn't until my sister called him up one day and she was just like, hey, Dad, like, it's kind of like creepy when no one's home. And at that point in time, she was at home. We were all at work. And I think Emiliano was at daycare or something like that. So he was very little. This was like, I don't know, 12, 13 years ago. And she called my dad and she told him that it was really weird. And he's like, oh, what? Did you, like, hear the little kid? And she was just like, what are you talking about? So I don't know if I'm telling the story right, but sister, correct me if I'm wrong. Apparently my dad one night, 3 a.m, heard like a little ball bouncing down the hallway or a coin dropping, right? And I was like, I've never heard that. I've never even imagined anything like that. She's like, you know what? It's true. She's like, because I heard it. And I was like, what? She's like, I was by myself. And she's like, and I heard like a little, like something down the hallway, like noise. And she was like, and I didn't look. She's like, oh heck no. I know. I was like, girl, I lived in that house for like 10 plus years and I never, you know what? I did have a scary moment, but not like that. It was, I was waking up. So onto another story. Do I keep going? Do you guys want me to stop?
I don't know. She's about to go off into another tangent.
Wait, so you never
a little ball bouncing down the hallway.
Yeah.
Your dad heard it.
My dad heard it.
But you didn't never?
I never heard it. I mean, I had other stuff happen to me in that house, but never something like that. It was mostly.
Oh, it was only your dad? Nobody else heard it? Only him?
No. Him and my sister.
Why did your dad think it was a little boy?
Because it was a little toy. It was like a little bouncy ball. Like the ones that they have at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, he physically saw the ball?
Like he saw like it coming like down the hallway and there was like no one home.
Oh, that reminds me of this one scary movie and I can't like, I'm blanking on the name. Like a Stephen King story where they're in the hotel.
Oh, the hotel one? Oh, what's the name of that movie?
I'm blanking on it.
It's like all work and no play makes.
I don't like scary movies.
I don't.
I'm just kidding.
Well, she can't move now. No, she cleaned the house. And by clean, I mean with like ruler and like...
Le di una limpia.
Holy water and everything. But yeah.
Oh my. I really think houses carry the hauntness out of them because my mother-in-law's house always makes me feel like... Uneasy. And I feel like there's certain people, and I obviously think I'm one of them, that you can feel like when there's like a presence, and if it's a negative presence. I always think I can like feel
I feel like
things.
my letter was misplaced by Hogwarts. What you say? That owl got lost.
I knew I was a witch. Don't tell the church.
We can shapeshift.
Okay, I don't have one like... Okay, well, first of all, I always feel like I hear things or like things swoosh, but it just might be mental illness. I don't know. But my mom...
I always hear things.
You always...
Always.
Me too.
Always. And I name my ghost. I'm like, oh, that's my ghost, Steve.
Poor Steve, man. Yeah,
At work, I would like hear like... I swear when I would stay late, I would hear the keyboard. And I'd be like, oh, that's my ghost, Steve. But I would not investigate. That would be crazy.
That would be...
Yeah, thinking that you name your ghost, that's not crazy.
No.
Because
Because he works extra overtime.
Investigating, that's
He's a hard-working ghost, Anna. Okay? He's putting his time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Is he getting paid?
Obviously not. In ghost money, maybe.
You don't know. We don't know how the
monetary
system works. But my mom says that when we were little... that now I don't know if it was like sleep paralysis, but like she says that she was in our house here in San Bernardino, and it's an old house as well, and she says that she was sleeping and de repente sintió entre dormida que algo se le subió, right? And then dice que like estaba gritando like ayúdenme, despiértenme, y que no se podía mover, que se sentía como like desesperada. And while she was sleeping, me and my brothers were playing kitchen. And we were like serving tea, and I was the server, and we had a whole thing going, right? And then senté a mis hermanitos, and I was like, okay, we have to pray before we eat. And then she says that she was like, like in her mind, right?
Yeah.
She was like screaming, and like she was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die, I can't breathe. Yeah, and that she heard from like really far away, like in the distance, she heard Padre Nuestro que estás en el cielo, and that like
God, I got the
after a few words,
I'm all goosebumps.
I know. When she tells me this, I'm like, I'm a witch. I woke her up. That she was like, and that she like woke up from it, and and she was like, I would like never like falling asleep in that room. Because she feels like she got so traumatized of something.
I think people always have weird dreams when they sleep during the day.
That's like the odd sleep time.
Yeah.
Or
I have the bomb
in like Spain at 2.
I have the bomb and stay asleep.
I don't know.
If I can, I'll nap it.
But no, but sometimes you wake.
It, but it's the bomb and sleep.
Sometimes you wake up and you don't know if it's day. What am I doing here? Or do I have to go to work?
I have a timer. If I go take a nap during lunch, I make sure I wake up 15 minutes before I have the clock back.
You're not one of those people that goes to sleep at lunchtime and then wakes up and it's already dark. The company's already closed.
No.
Everybody's gone home.
That would be crazy.
She slept through her whole lunch. I'll be grumpy. I have to be home.
I slept in class before once and the teacher had to wake me up. Class is over. And I was like, oh, thank you. I know.
I remember being like in a pre-med class in college because I thought I was going to be a doctor at one point.
You still can.
And I was so tired that like my whole head was like, and I'd be like, oh my God, it's okay. Boom.
Dude.
And I fell asleep. Una de esas sí me quedé bien dormida. Like, I woke up a few minutes later and I was like, oh
I had to let my buddies know because I'm not a morning person. And for some reason, the only time there was religious studies class, I don't know, out of all of them, that one was in the morning. And it was at 7. I would struggle to stay awake. So I had to have, like, sit next to my buddies and be like, wake me up or scare me if you hear me snore. And or as soon as you see my head doing this, like, please scare me or do something or punch. I don't know, do something. Like, wake me up. I know, but I would try so hard. I'd be like, oh my God. And I would like smack myself. And no, nothing worked. And then one time my friend's like, the water bottle. And I was just like, oh shit. And then I was able to go ahead and, continue the class. But I was like, every single day struggle.
You just fall asleep.
I never did that again.
No, I think the day naps are the bombest, but I honestly have to be like super duper tired. Otherwise, I'm like, my brain doesn't stop. I'm like thinking and dándole vueltas a todo.
If I'm really tired, I will take a nap during lunch. But I work from home, guys, so it's okay.
Damn, how do you wake up?
My alarms, my various alarms.
Like 30 alarms.
If
5 minutes.
Like,
you're still on the clock after this hour lunch. Please wake up.
Well, my lunch is only like 30 minutes. That's not it.
I can't work from home. I will find so many distractions. Oh, let me paint the house. Let me do this.
Yes, in the beginning it was hard. Yeah. But I had to like keep myself in a room because I work from home too. I like have to maintain myself.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm like, there's dishes. There's laundry.
I can't. I have to like during like my breaks and my lunch, I will put clothes to wash. I'll put dishes to wash.
Dang, you're productive. I just put my eyebrows on.
I just turned my computer on.
I don't know how to do them yet.
Oh my gosh, I like forgot we were having an on-camera meeting and I didn't put my eyebrows on that morning. And I forgot it was like an...
Wait, these aren't natural?
No, I know.
What?
I know this whole time I'm like...
NYX.
Hey.
This is not a paid ad.
Please pay that.
But call me. I forgot what I was talking about.
I'm sorry, distracted. Oh, you said something about you were in a meeting, you didn't put your eyebrows that day?
Oh yeah, I forgot it was on camera required, which we don't have that many often.
They're like, what's wrong?
And I had to turn it on and it was like my hair was all greasy. Well, it's always greasy, but extra greasy.
They were like, you look shiny today.
They were like, are you sick? No,
no, I was like, no, they didn't.
No, they were too nice. They would be too nice. They would never say that.
Like, María, ¿qué tienes? Are you
Te
okay?
miras como que te estás muriendo.
And you're like, sí, por dentro y por fuera.
I don't want to be here. They're paying me to be here.
I'm here against my will.
Well, I didn't have a scary thing, but I was driving and after work, but it was one of those times where it gets dark by 5. Like 5 o'clock, it was dark, and I get off of work at 5. So by the time I get to the freeway and stuff, it's getting even darker. So I'm listening to music, and all of a sudden, I hear this loud sound, like pop, super loud, and all the windows start cracking, like into tiny million pieces. All my car windows, the windshield, the side wind, everything.
Wait, how is this not an outer world experience?
Yes.
Was there an explanation?
Yeah, somebody shot me. From the
Tupac? What do you mean?
no, shout out. Hey, I survived that. No, wait. You have to put the gangster music when they drop the glasses.
It's the DOWG.
No, yeah, they shot me. So I was like, oh my god. So I pulled over and I was shaking and I was like, oh my god. My windows had what do you?
She had bulletproof.
No.
Bulletproof windows because somebody had tried this before.
No, the CVS girl was after me. No, it was the what do they call it? The window tinting. It held all the glass. Otherwise, it would have fell in my face.
Tinting.
Wait, so who shot at you?
We don't know. Nobody knows. So I pull over to the right, and I'm like scared, and I'm shaking, and I'm like, oh my god.
Freeway?
Yeah, I was on the freeway going at 80 miles an hour.
You just woke up like a gajillion fears of mine because every time I'm driving like on the freeway and a motorcycle like all blacked out is like coming my way,
You think Fast and the Furious?
I'm going down. They finally caught on to me.
Oh my God.
What? I don't know because I haven't done anything, but they've caught on.
They said it could have been
gangster.
It could have been it could have been from the overpass.
Somebody shot from the overpass?
But they found a bullet, like an actual bullet.
Well, they didn't know because if they did, it would have gone through the glass, and then the glass broke completely. So we didn't know.
They don't know where.
Yeah,
and they couldn't piece it back together because there was
no.
tint
It was
on
tiny. Yeah, there was no tint in the front. There was in the back, but
tint in the front, guys.
but it was completely like in tiny, like literally, like you start hearing like tiny million pieces.
That's
like
scary.
It was so because I guess the pressure because my windows were up, everything was up.
What about the back?
Yeah, well, it was in tiny little pieces, but it stayed because of the tape. But
wasn't there like an impact of the bullet?
I don't remember. I was so scared.
CSI
I know. I was so scared, so I pulled over and I
Can
called.
you please pull up the case? We want to read it.
I called 911.
I had CSI classes in high school. I'm just saying. Looks better.
I'm just
Specialist
chismosa.
right here.
Hey, estás como Betty la Fea que dice, hice 6 semestres de finanza en la San Marino.
Soy experta.
Y ya es experta.
Yo tomé una clase premédica, so practically a doctor.
Right. And in some countries, you could operate.
Blood splatter specialist right here. Un semestre.
Hey,
Casi dos.
puedes
Creo que hice dos. Ya
Puedes
me
ir a
acuerdo.
un veterinario. You could definitely cut a frog
I'm
open.
pretty sure the requirements are higher. That's crazy.
They're always looking for underground doctors. Anyway,
She knows a guy.
El Chapo? I don't know.
Apparently, she's getting shot at.
No, I didn't know. Okay, so then that happened. I call 911. They tell me, okay, stay put. Help is on the way. Blah blah. So I'm waiting there, but I'm shaking, and I'm like, oh. So then I call my sister. And I say, somebody just shut my car. My windows are shut. I'm at this exit. Come and get me, please. Hurry up.
She wasn't even surprised, huh?
She was.
Oh.
And then she goes, and then when I hang
I
up,
saw it coming.
so I'm like, I hang up and I was like, oh, we have to tell not to tell my mom. As I was calling her not to tell my mom, my mom calls me. No, my mom calls me. Anna. No, this is my mom. My mom is dramatic. Sorry, mom, but you are. She's extra. My mom's like, Ana, por favor, Ana, dime la verdad. ¿Estás viva? I was like, Ama,
No, estoy muerta.
Este es su fantasma. Déjeme salir.
seriously. She was like, ¿estás viva? Y yo, ¿qué?
No,
Sí,
esa
ama,
mensaje de
Ana,
voice
no
note.
me estés mintiendo. Ok, no sé. Ama, ahorita no puedo hablar, ¿ok? Pero ¿estás bien? Sí, estoy bien. Ma.
No estoy bien, pero sí estoy viva.
Seriously, no, so I hang up. Ya no le hablé a mi hermana.
You could have lied to her. You could have said you were dead.
But you
was
got
like,
you
this
got
is not
shot
Anna.
at. That's like the one time she gets a drama pass.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I
That's
was
the
like.
one time you're like fair.
I know. So then I'm shaking and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. I have to wait for the police. And then this guy comes over in the freeway has this 411 or 311 service that they come and help you. So he came, and I was shaking, like I couldn't stop shaking. I get in the tow truck waiting for my sister. Then my sister gets there and we do all the paper. The police gets there. We do all the report. Then the guy has to tow my car to the nearest exit. I follow my sister and I follow him. He leaves my car in a parking lot, and then he's leaving. As he's leaving, I say, "Oh my God, I didn't even get his name. He was such a good guy, and he helped me so much." So I run to his tow truck and I say, "Excuse me, I didn't even get your name. What was your name?" And he said, "Oh, see, my name is Martin." And I was like, "Oh," because that was my uncle's name, and my uncle had just passed away. So I feel like a Virgen de Guadalupe kind of thing happening at the moment.
You had the air.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, I feel like everything made sense at that point.
Yeah, God sent you an angel.
That's why you felt so safe and just
calm.
Yeah.
Because that's very rare.
Because I wouldn't. Why would I feel so calm with the stranger and get in the tow truck?
¿Y tú cómo se llama? Okay.
I was just, yes, okay. And then I was just sitting like nothing happened. Like, I'm going to be fine. Yeah. So that's what happened.
I believe in that. We're just making her get all chills.
I think it's the AC. No?
I'm not
turn the air on.
Look at my arm. It's, goosebumps.
De donde nosotros somos, del rancho, there used to be like a story how, because there was like not a snakes, because it was like a ranch.
Okay.
And they had this like story that if the snake would impregnate virgins, and so you would like always be like
shapeshifter. You
would always stay away, like if you saw a snake or something, like you had to get it out of your house right away. But
that's creepy.
That's scary, right?
That's scary, yeah.
So now every time that I see something like a snake or something, I'm like, It makes me think of that.
They have these beliefs. There's so many weird beliefs that they have in these ranchos.
Yeah.
Yes. But it makes you think like...
It came from somewhere.
Just like sirens and vampires.
Yes.
It came from somewhere.
From my grandpa's ranch, where he's from, or I think it was from my grandma's, there's, and this is a story that my parents have told us a couple times, que I guess one of our ancestors estaba caminando, and in that pueblo you're not supposed to come out after a certain time frame, like because at dark like sale, I guess, todo
La Llorona.
I don't know.
I never seen La Llorona.
Demons.
But everybody says La Llorona. La Llorona.
If you don't see her, you are her.
I'm always crying. Does that mean I'm La Llorona?
Like if you don't see a monster, you're the monster.
Okay, there's like so many things in Mexico that we'll never get the answer to. Did La Llorona find her kids? ¿Qué le pasa a Lupita? We'll never know. No sé, we never know. Right?
We're gonna have to keep on wondering.
Someday we'll solve that mystery.
Did the snake impregnate a virgin?
Oh.
We don't know.
We're never gonna know.
Maybe that's what somebody said. It was a snake, but it wasn't. She was lying.
I know.
She was lying.
Maybe it was.
We're on to you.
A person snake.
What are those things called that when they shapeshift? Nahual.
Oh, is that what it's called?
But they're usually like, they're people that shift into like animals.
I never heard of that.
Wow. You haven't seen the videos? There's videos all over the internet, and those are hard to replicate.
Don't believe what you see on the internet.
Okay. I don't believe nothing with AI.
Because we're on the internet.
Don't believe this. Don't believe this. Okay, it's
we're not
real.
This is all an illusion.
This is all AI. We're not even here.
We're actually at home sleeping.
if I'm gonna have an AI recreate me, I'm gonna recreate me skinny, tall, blonde.
She's gonna be like, if you had AI, why'd you create me this way?
What the hell's wrong with it?
You hate me?
Do you had Sorrel, right? Do you remember that story that, I don't know, was it Gabriel Garcia Marquez, where it was basically a guy that found out he was actually made up of someone else's like memories and everything?
No. Shout out Mr. Serrao, best teacher in the world.
Yes. What's the name of the
stories just stuck.
Yeah, he had the best literature. I remember
Yes.
that. Like, I used to never like reading, especially in Spanish. And
Like, there's some really good
Chuck
teachers
Moore?
out there, but then there's some really bad ones.
yes.
No, this one, yeah. It was basically, the story was around that person thought he was a person, and it turned out he was somebody's imagination.
That's
it was
how
like
they
a
say,
story within
how
a
do we
story. It
not
was
know we're
pretty
like a gotita de agua in another earth? We don't.
Or that one story that Chuck Moore, was it Chuck Moore? Where he's an Aztec warrior and everything, like he can smell the dirt and he can see like that they were chasing him. And when he would fall asleep, he would be a motorcyclist that got ran over and he was in a hospital in a coma.
That's crazy because the brain can trick you.
Remember that movie? What was it? Lorax?
Yeah.
Where it was a world, but it was all in a little flower.
That's what I'm
Horton
saying.
Hears a Who.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, how do we know we're not like a?
I know
little
somebody's
gotita
somebody's
somewhere?
watching us over there.
Yes.
Wasn't that movie that we were talking about last time was kind of like the Laura or the Horton Hears a Who in a way, because he was like a speck of dust into time and then all of a sudden he was time traveling?
Interstellar?
Yeah.
Did we talk about that? I don't remember.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
we
was
talked about it.
Was it the first episode?
Like the second episode.
Oh, second episode.
Go back
Oh.
and watch it, guys.
Hey.
But we do want to hear what you listeners have out there.
Yes.
Spooky stories
Submit
you would
your
like us to
stories.
tell.
We can totally read them on here. That would be awesome.
Yes. We will read them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not with AI.
No.
Are you guys ready? School's almost over.
I'm actually ready to have the kids home and not have to drive them to school because I already have to drive them to
sleeping
soccer.
in. That sounds awesome. Sleeping
It'd
in.
be nice if I could sleep one of my Fridays off.
45 minutes more than the usual. I'd be down.
Yeah, but then they want to eat everything in the refrigerator
mess.
and they mess and they're bored.
Mine wanna
Mom,
go
I'm
to
bored.
My grandma's. Mine want to go to my mom, so I'm like, yes.
I'll teach you.
TJ.
Oh,
In TJ.
I'll drop you guys
I
off
don't have
and
nobody
then
to drop off.
2 weeks
kids too.
of no children, because I think that's as much as they can take. 2 weeks, maybe 3.
They start missing home.
Yeah, they start missing home, and I think after 3 weeks, my parents are just, I don't know what to do with them.
So you're like single for 2 weeks?
3 possibly.
What is
ready
that?
to
What is
mingle.
that?
It's awesome. It's been awesome for the past couple of years.
I mean, so we need a break.
We're not
sometimes.
jelly or anything.
I
Of course
am.
not.
I'm fuming.
I don't need. I don't.
I'm smiling, but in the inside, I'm angry.
You're like, how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you
we
rub
have-
that in our face?
We've kicked the summer off pretty good because
We've been so busy.
We've been so busy,
Yes.
but this awesome organization out of LA, Football for Her,
That was
got us
thank
some
you
tickets.
so much. We really appreciate it. My kids were just over the top.
We went to watch. They gave us tickets to the Figueroa Lounge to watch
Super
Angel
fancy.
City versus the Utah Royals.
Yes.
And I don't think we can watch a soccer game.
Any other
the
way?
same.
No.
We're
no.
gonna test it out this weekend, but I
Those were amazing seats, and we literally saw like history in the making.
Yes.
It was awesome.
I mean, our girls earned them, but we got to go with them, and it was nice.
It was really nice.
The high life.
Just the parking. Oh my god, the parking is killing me. Still,
The
it's still.
BMO is. The parking was expensive. $65, guys.
Yeah. Is
That was
why-
pricey.
I wonder if any.
I remember paying less than that, but it was last year, so maybe all the.
Tariffs. The tariffs are kicking in.
Everything.
How is this a tariff? It's just the parking lot was already there.
You know, and maybe it's just parking has gone up, because I went to a Julian Alvarez concert and parking was $85.
I feel like
It was $85
events-
when Grupo Firme was here.
I know.
Events
So it
make a
hasn't gone
killing
up.
off of the parking.
Yeah.
Like, forget the event.
ticket, if you buy the parking ticket through like Ticketmaster stuff, it's a lot cheaper.
That's
like-
one thing I didn't do. Buy it in advance, which I usually do because we got the tickets from elsewhere. So I would have usually just paired it up with the ticket.
But here's the thing: at the parking, at the BMO, they had like 20 people telling you where to park. One was taking you. No, one was standing there saying,
Other
"Oh,
were supervisors.
go over there. He'll charge
And
you.
then there was like a supervisor.
Go here, go there."
supervisor.
Yeah.
I got passed like 3 times.
Me
Yeah.
too. So I'm like, this is where my money's going.
to pay all
It's
of
for
them.
security.
Security.
But the scariest thing happened during the game.
Is she
Miss
okay now?
King, yeah, I think she's responsive.
Okay.
She had she passed out during the
so
game.
scary.
Like,
I didn't see when it happened. I don't know what I was doing. And then my daughter was like, Mom, is she injured? And I looked over and I was like, oh my gosh.
I did see when it happened. She fell, but I thought she just fell.
from Angel City, guys. Number 3.
Yeah.
But when she fell, she was able to kick the ball because it was coming her way. So she got up and kicked it, and then she stepped back down, and then she was sitting down. But then later she decided to lay down. But on her own, she laid down. So I thought, okay, maybe.
She had gotten hurt.
I thought she had gotten hurt. That's why she laid down, because you're supposed to lay down so that the ref can stop the game.
She wasn't moving.
But then she wasn't moving, and then people started going crazy.
Yeah, apparently they did CPR on her on the field. And we're so happy that they're okay. I don't know how the players continued, like not just her teammates, but even the opposing team, knowing that it was something very, very serious, and they had to keep going.
Like, show must go on. Yeah. Remember, like they said, the show must go on.
Kristen Press, though, comes in. Seconds. 26 seconds on the clock.
4s. Awesome.
Bada bing, bada bang. Oh, God.
It was pretty cool.
It was beautiful.
I saw it from our angle, and then I saw it from an opposing angle. Beautiful. Yes. I was just like, I was there that day.
I think no matter where you sit in that stadium, you get a good view.
It's not bad.
It was awesome.
Right?
No, you know what sucks when you're sitting the way that the sun hits? On the side that we were sitting, when you're sitting higher and the sun is ablazing,
last time
get
we
all
went,
the sun on your face. Because you remember we went to see the U.S. women's national team. It was
that
difficult.
the same stadium?
Yeah.
Except it was,
but it was up, more up, a little to the right.
The sun is like right on your face. We were super shiny.
But now the area where we're gonna sit is behind the goalie, so I think we're gonna be fine.
Okay.
Right? Because that's the 120.
So it's the same.
The tickets for the Clásico Femenino.
Yes. On the 17th.
I told you guys we weren't going to record before we watched the game.
Oh.
Sorry, guys. We'll talk about it next time.
Well, don't scratch that. We're not going anywhere.
We got to stop saying we're going to do stuff next time, because then we don't do it.
I'm like, the game's literally this weekend.
It is.
May 18, May 17.
Yes, but when this airs, it's going to be that weekend.
It is. Because this doesn't air till like... Whew.
2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Because the next episode premieres on the
Tuesday,
20th.
The 20th of May, 2025.
We're dropping them every other week, but what do you guys think? Should we be dropping sooner?
I think so. Even if they're shorter.
Some of our amazing friends have been like, hey, when are you dropping?
Yeah, because I think every 2 weeks they forget about us.
I was really expecting something on Tuesday, and Tuesday never came. So I was like...
No,
I dropped the clips, like the previews, pretty early, because I was like, it feels like a long time since the last time we've dropped.
I think we should do every week, but we could do shorter times, 30 minutes, just so we can.
See. Okay. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, but I'm
definitely.
It's getting lonely. I'm excited for the Clásico Femenino. I really am. But it's always great seeing games. I don't get tired of watching.
No. I don't think
games.
You could sit anywhere in that stadium and it wouldn't look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No. Like, you're really just fighting the sun.
It's like the Galaxy, where the Galaxy, it used to be called the Home Depot Center, but now they changed it to something. That one is really small too.
It's smaller, right?
It's smaller.
I think I saw a men's Chivas game there.
Oh, okay.
Because I used to work for a company, and they would like give us sweet tickets. Those are my favorite. When I get a sweet ticket for free, I'm like, yes, sir. Yes. I will be right there.
I saw a basketball game like that.
Same. Oh my God, me too. Wait, were we working in the same company at that time?
Yes. We literally were sitting like almost together.
Yes. I forgot we went to a Clippers game together.
Oh,
Clippers!
She forgot we went to the game.
That's when I was like really into Blake Griffin. I was like, oh my God, my husband.
And those are some really.
I was already married, but.
Oh, okay. No big deal.
When a better opportunity presents itself. I was like, he's going to see me from upstairs and notice me.
Okay.
He's going to be like, mid-shot. Catch my eye.
Okay, Cinderella. Calm
down. Missed the point in the 2-point.
I was just...
Who was the girl he was looking at? The camera points at you.
And she's like, hates me because... He missed the shot.
I can't with you.
But you know what? I'm kind of like, I feel like when you play two rivals like that, like America and Chivas, it gets crazy.
Yes.
And especially women's team. I think women, we get a little crazy.
You think so?
But all of the games that I've been to have been pretty chill.
Have you been to that kind of rivalry?
No, but the ones I have been to.
No, because there's no really.
But I haven't gone to an America's Chivas game.
No.
I've gone to a Chivas game, but they weren't playing America. Who were they playing?
I went to
Cruz
go
Azul,
see
maybe?
Chivas USA versus...
Chivas USA, I don't even think they're real. I don't know.
Answer that for me because I am like really
It was
confused.
in Carson City.
What?
Oh, that's the
difference
one. That's
between
the
Chivas and
Galaxy.
Chivas USA?
Well,
These have
They're
green.
separate
They have a green card and the other ones don't.
I meant athletically.
Oh.
dang, Anna.
Wait, one.
Tell me how you really feel.
Wait,
know,
one gets paid in pesos, the other one in dollars. One is rich, one is broke. One is good, one is bad.
One is local.
Pero como está
Oh, no,
la
wait, they're
economía,
both bad.
¿cuál es cuál? No, seriously, that's it? So there's a Mexico Chivas and then there's a USA Chivas?
Chivas
Does America
USA.
have the same thing?
No.
I don't think.
I haven't heard. No.
They don't?
No, we just have the one. But like it's my team.
She called the owner and she said que nomás uno, no sean nacos.
Que no les prohibí la naques. But I haven't heard about Chivas USA lately. No, I've heard about them, not lately.
I didn't realize there were two
I got
separate
tickets
teams.
to see Chivas USA over a decade ago. And
I don't even think they're real. They're like a myth.
If somebody gave me a free ticket, I
No one's
would
gonna
have
believe you.
watching the Mexican Chivas. I would have never.
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
That is the time that I wore my Pumas jersey to the game, and Uriel was like, no. We're gonna get eaten alive.
Oh,
we're
yes.
switching jerseys.
That's what I'm
We talked about this
saying.
in our previous episode. Yes.
And he
That's
put
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
Pumas
I guess-
jersey, and he gave me his Chivas jersey, and I was like, ugh, the whole time. But he was just like, he got dirty looks the whole time. We were on our way up to the seats and all the way back.
Well,
down.
especially because him as a man, if they say something to you, he's supposed to say something, and he's not supposed,
But the
Yeah.
hottest,
yeah.
no, because I think it's like a Latin thing, and like Europeans also, I feel like they're not kind,
When it
a
comes
kind
to-
audience. Like they don't like something, and they're like, I edited myself.
Even though they told them not to say it,
Like,
literally the kickoff.
How are you gonna
we
stop
can't
that?
go nowhere nice with y'all. We get kicked out.
Nope.
Wait, tell us about why commentators
Oh,
say goal.
here's the thing that you guys probably didn't know, but I will explain it to you guys.
Please,
So, you know
School
how
us.
you're watching a game and the commentator says that he has to, when there's a goal, goal. They do that so the men can understand it was a goal.
Because they don't listen the first time around.
They don't know how many times did you tell you? Can you please help me with this? Can you please
Can you throw out the trash can?
3 times? See, they've
So they have
been
to say goal,
that.
goal.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh.
Oh, that era gol.
You have to go a la tienda.
Go get the trash.
So that's how you get their attention.
Yeah,
With
you
that
have,
frequency.
you have to say it 3 times in that frequency.
Trash.
Money. What does that mean?
So
Chores.
we don't just teach you soccer, guys. We give you marriage advice. life lessons.
what worked for us?
You know what? I need to try that now.
She's gonna walk around like, ve a la tienda.
Tienda.
Oh, lo falló.
That's the one thing I rather listen to Spanish commentators because
There's so much.
I don't hear it when it's in English sometimes. And they're
I hear them
"Go."
speaking, but
And I'm like,
it's not as exciting.
No, because they say positive things. Oh,
we
yay.
like our commentators negative.
Even when they missed the goal. Oh, good luck next time. I'm like, fool, he just missed it. What the you
can really
mean?
see the attempt there? Yes.
Great work on that attempt.
Did that sound good?
That sounds really good.
You could really see her pushing off the defense and going around, collapsing on the front, and shooting for the goal. Ladies and gentlemen,
I think she
this is
just
amazing.
shot.
Oh, she didn't, but it's okay. She tried. Yeah, we don't need that.
You could
We don't
definitely
need that
see
to
their,
continue.
their
In Mexico-
offensive line being super effective in this game.
You hear the Mexican people, ¿qué estás ese pendejo? Dale, güey, dale. I know why people look at...
Definitivamente se le ve la inexperiencia a este jugador. Lo trajeron de otro país muy temprano. Damn, Fox News, hire me. No, not Fox News. I like
Univision.
ESPN en español.
I like Fox Soccer. That's like the only Fox channel I like.
ESPN
'Cause I
en
like
español.
Okay, ESPN en español.
Call us. You need 3 commentators?
I just saw, I don't know if you guys have seen the show that Brenda Song is in. You know London Tipton? I'm blanking on the name, but it's a Netflix show. She is playing side Kate Hudson, and she's supposed to be like the owner of a team that's like kind of
Yes.
yeah, it's supposed to be like the LA Lakers.
I watched a few episodes.
What is it called?
Good. It's
Haven't
about these
seen it.
siblings.
Look it up while I tell you what I want to tell you.
Yes.
So
Where is it at? Hulu?
no, it's on Netflix.
Okay.
Put like Kate Hudson basketball.
No, I was literally watching
London
it not too long
Tipton.
ago. Yeah.
No, but Brenda Song, who plays London Tipton, you know, the inventor of the Prindle. She was in that, and then like I guess people discovered that she is quite versed in both football and basketball, and so she recently did the schedule for the Rams.
It's called Running Point.
Running Point.
It's so good. I love it.
And she did like a whole like ESPN news thing to drop the Rams schedule. It was so good.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
I want to do something like that.
It's 10 episodes long. Really worth the watch.
It's
Let
really
me
good.
go watch it all in one sitting.
And there's the Mexican actor that's in that is really good as well.
Oh,
Who?
I feel like he's been in several films.
Like
He's
in
taken
little,
off.
like in smaller roles.
Who?
Yes. What's his name?
I don't remember his name. I just
They're really small. We can't
I know.
remember his name.
I know he looks like a skinny Kylo Ren.
Fabricio Guido? That's the only...
Oh, okay. Well,
Is that his name? Because look, Kate Hudson's in here, Drew Tarver, Scott MacArthur, Brenda Song, Fabricio Guido.
Fabricio sounds like fabuloso.
That sounds like fabuloso. Like I want to go clean my floor right now.
Do you have any Bricio for the
Right?
for the thing?
That's his name.
Fabricio Guido.
Yeah, Fabricio Guido.
Because
All the other names
because
don't
it
make
doesn't
sense
have
to
the
match him.
dialysis, so it wouldn't be Guido. It's Guido.
Guido.
Yeah. Oh,
It was really good.
He was really good. The chemistry was amazing.
Yes, I love it. The storyline, everything.
Yeah. I like sports documentaries and sports shows, and this is like really like it's like a less dramatic succession.
That was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, this
The
is
brothers
like
and
it's like
dream
that. Like they have a lot of family tension, but it's definitely
That's
like not as intense.
Oh.
Really good. Watch it. But anyway, she did the Ram schedule, and I was like, I want to be famous just so they let me do that. I'll do it for the 49ers.
You
Not
don't
because
want
I'm a 49ers fan, because Richard is, and I'm not. I have no loyalty in football.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, as a Swiftie,
That's a Swiftie.
I went for the Chiefs.
Hey,
And we won.
I heard.
And the last Super Bowl that I didn't go for them, guess what happened? They lost.
Oh, so it's your fault. What you're
because of
telling
me,
me?
guys.
She's their lucky charm.
I am a witch.
Hey, there's this comedian who was saying, we only started watching football when Taylor Swift said it was okay.
Yeah. Before that, I wasn't
She
sure.
gave us the green light.
She let me know.
watch football.
It became awesome, you know?
But
Have you guys ever been to a football?
watch all the football schedule drops, because some of them are like really funny. They're like little SNL.
Yeah, that's true. Have you guys watched any football game? Have you guys gone to any football game?
Like an American football game? Okay, I went to like a high school one, and I was like,
No, like an
where
NFL.
are all the lines on the floor?
I've never been to a game.
It's on the screen.
I didn't know that either.
Also, where the hell is the ball?
Where's the ball?
I wasn't wearing my glasses.
I don't see it.
Where are the lines and where is the ball?
The lines are on the screen. They're not real. Never
For
mind.
American
It's okay.
football,
It's okay.
I need a commentator for American football. Like, tell me what's going on, and I'll just like agree or disagree. But
I don't like to hear. I like to just watch. Okay, they're going there. Okay, and then I don't want to hear other nonsense.
I do. I need it.
In the soccer thing, yes,
I'm
but
not
not
knowledgeable
soccer game,
enough.
yes, but not in
Yeah.
football.
I don't know enough to not.
If it's a commentator that I'm like okay with, I will listen to that in Spanish. But if I don't like them or like the sound of their voice, I'm like, no.
You know what made me mad in the last Olympics? That they were pronouncing all the women's names wrong. It's like, it's your job to look up all the players'
Yeah,
names
the
that you're
pronunciation.
commenting. Like,
And you can
can't
ask them, how do
Google.
you say your name? How do you, like, how do I pronounce your name? You can ask them, because I understand some names are weird, but ask the player, how do you pronounce your name?
I hate that.
If you don't know.
Aren't they supposed to do the research though?
Yes, that's like
Because it's
literally their job.
Apparently not.
I'm like, absolutely not.
Hire us. We will do the research.
Excuse the way I
We
read.
did this podcast just as a way to audition.
Literally.
Literally. All right, well. Yeah. I was going to transition to something and then I forgot what I was going to say.
What were you going to transition to?
What do we transition to, you guys?
Do you guys have nicknames? Has anybody? Do you have a nickname other than your real name? Gigi.
Gigi.
But that's
my
like-
daughter's name.
You always gone by that since you were little?
No. I used to go by Chilindrina. my
Who? Your mom?
My mom called me Chilindrina.
And anybody called you that?
Everybody called me Chilindrina when I was growing up because when my mom would do my pigtails, she could never get them right, so they were always like lopsided.
Una
I never
arriba.
let my mom do my hair. You ain't gonna play
So
with
I was
that lady.
Chilindrina for the longest, and then afterwards, like when I was older, then I was Gorda, because that's I think everyone.
Why they
knows
always
my
call
name.
people Gorda?
endearment.
Yeah, but they called me that. My mom will go Chilindrina, Gorda. He says the other one.
I call her
He
Hisa
said-
or G.
Yeah, he said G. Mostly, it just depends on where I know you from that I can distinguish. Like, because sometimes my memory's bad. So if you call me G, I'm like, oh,
You know what
that's
era
either-
we know you from?
Yes, or what place. So my work buddies will call me Gigi, and that's how I know. Like, oh, you call me Gigi? Okay, that must be from work. Someone from work. If you call me G, it's from soccer. If you call me Hise, it's a family member. Yes.
That's how you both.
If
Did we call you
Bob-
Chilindrina?
Call me Chilindrina, I'll be like, where did you
We're
hear that from?
fighting.
Who told you?
Those are fighting words.
Call me Chilindrina, we're enemies.
Yes.
Do you have a nickname?
Yes, I have. The one
Just like
growing
anything
up was Chucha. I freaking hate that name.
What? It sounds fun.
I don't like that.
I have a cousin named Maria de Jesus, and they call her Chuyita.
Sometimes my grandparents would call me Chuyita.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
then my sisters would started calling me Jay, and I like Jay.
I like Jay.
That
It
was
sounds
the-
sophisticated.
Jay or MJ, but mostly Jay. And then Richard, weirdly enough, calls me Jesus.
Jesus, and you're like, yes.
Yes, my son. What can I help you with today? How may I bless your day?
Why does he call you Jesus?
Because he looks up to me.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Literally, he looks up to her. Oh my god.
Oh, my husband's short?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, just checking.
Wait,
Straight
he's
up.
not
I was
short.
just checking.
He's not short.
I thought he
He's
was a
shorter
short
than
king.
you.
Okay. I don't want to smoke. I was just asking.
I'm not a confrontational person.
I just wanted
I
a
just-
clarification.
Thank you for telling me.
Nicknames stick. For the longest, Gabby called Uriel babe because she always heard me call him babe.
And then so
Until my mom heard her and she was like, "Hey, dile que así no se llama. Se llama Uriel." And I was just like, I can tell her that until like she's
Like,
not
way
gonna.
later?
She was like 4 or 5 years old. I was like, she's not
she
gonna
don't know
listen to
better.
me. Yeah, I'm like,
Oh, that's
like,
adorable.
She would be like, babe. And mom would be like, no se llama así. Se llama Uriel. O dile Wandajas. Because that was my mom's nickname for him, Wandajón. Because he would wear baggy pants.
Oh, I get it.
Back in the day, that's literally what it was.
I
Fashion.
cannot picture
imagine
it
him.
like that.
I've
No?
known him and I can't remember
Yeah.
him wearing something
Yeah,
baggy.
my mom nicknamed him Wandajón or Wandajas. And I'd be like, Mom. And she'd be like, ¿Qué? ¿Es tu novio? ¿Y Wandajas? And I'm like,
That's how you know someone else, they nickname you something.
No, once you're in, they'll give you a
yeah,
nickname.
yeah. And that's how I knew. I was like, my mom might, like, back then I was like, damn, my mom does not like him. She has this awful nickname for him.
Is that
But now
because she
it's
likes
like,
him?
I get it.
That was
Because
love.
literally she will give him all the family recipes. Yeah, me, madres.
That's how Mexicans show love. They give you
Hey,
love.
your mom was
Kinda.
looking out for you, telling him to cook for you. Your mom knew what she was doing, girl.
Yeah.
She called them out.
She's like, he's
like
gonna
that.
cook for you.
I swear, I'm like, Ma, ¿quién es tu hijo? Él o yo?
Yeah, my mom loves my husband too.
Yeah.
They
Mom
always
loves him
love
more
the
than me.
husband more.
That's always a
Like
good
my
sign.
mom always assumes that like if something
Your fault?
happened that it was my fault.
Yeah, my mom too. Ana, no seas así.
But low-key, I'm like, all right, you're right.
Yeah.
We don't gotta let him know that though. What's your nickname?
Anita.
Anita.
Because my mom, every time she gets me in trouble, Anita. So everybody calls me Anita as a joke, but
I think that's so cute.
but when I was in high school, there was another girl with the same name as me, same last name, same birthday.
No way.
But that bitch wasn't She was in special ed.
So
And they
there was
gave me her classes.
Hey, she was like, why are these classes so easy?
Seriously, I was like, oh my God, this is so
That's
easy.
smart as
Why is she
hell.
talking so slow? What the hell's going on?
They
No,
switched your classes.
yeah, they gave me some of her classes because everything was exactly the same. So back in the
She aced
day,
that grade.
back in the day, there was no cell phone, right? Because we're talking about 1992. There were no cell phones,
Back in the day.
and the school called the house like they normally do, and said, yeah, we're calling from school. And my aunt answered the phone, my favorite aunt in the whole world. She answered the phone and said, ay, señora, tenemos una niña que se llama Ana Ramírez. ¿Tiene algún otro nombre que le puedan decir?
Sí.
O un sobrenombre? And they call the right person because that tía, she sees you do something, she'll give you a nickname and it'll stay with you. She gave a nickname to the entire family.
Okay.
Everybody
That's her. She's
That's
the one
her.
that grabs the nickname.
So they call her and they couldn't have got a better person. She's the one that answered the phone. Dijo, pues sí, aquí le decimos Anita. So my certificate, everything says Ana Anita. Everything.
To kind of distinguish between
Yeah.
you and the other girl.
They treat
But
your
it
whole
says
identity.
Anita with quotation, like Ana Anita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that name
That's how she keeps
stayed.
herself on the DL.
Yeah, but she gave a nickname to everybody. She gave a nickname to all her sisters, her husband, everybody. You do something, she's gonna give you a name. For sure.
Dang,
And
don't act out, 'cause she
her
might give you a
brothers, her brother, my uncle in Mexico, he would do the same. He'll see you do something and they'll give you a nickname. Like when my husband first went with me to Mexico, and because he was doing some work for ordering some stuff. People will call him and say, oh yeah. So he had a notebook writing stuff. And they're like, ¿este qué? ¿Licenciado qué? El licenciado. And then he would always wear sunglasses like me. And they're like, ¿y este Luis Miguel qué onda? Luis Miguel, licenciado. Le dije, no, don't believe anything. You're not Luis Miguel.
He was like, es que estoy guapo, por eso
Oh,
me estás diciendo
no.
eso.
Yes, so ya se le quedó. So, ay, and then you get there y dice, ¿qué onda con el Luis Miguel?
They're
¿Onda?
working his ego.
Yes.
You know, that's a good thing because usually nicknames, especially in our community, they're not nice. They're usually very, very...
My brother-in-law has all these names. Ay, ya me voy a jugar fútbol. Oh, le dice, van a venir mis amigos. Y luego le dice mi hermana, ¿quiénes son? ¿Quién va a venir? El Greñas, el Negro, Chango.
Hey, imagine like
They don't have your
something
name.
happens and you have to give a police report. All right, sir. So what's their legal name?
Oh,
El Greñas?
El Greñas?
El Greñas?
Oh my God, we went to a soccer tournament. And you have to sign up all the kids, right? And my husband is known for giving kids nicknames. The entire team of the girls team, they all had nicknames, all of them. So they would say Judith Gutierrez, Turtle, Kimberly, Tiny, Changa, Mambos, E. Everybody had a nickname, and he just said E, Tiny, Mambos. Like he named this girl Mambos because of the Happy Feet.
Oh, the movie Happy
Yeah,
Feet.
the movie Happy Feet. I guess there's a
haven't
character
watched
named
it in a
Mambo, and
long
the way he ran.
Oh, with the feet?
And then Tiny because she was the shortest one, and E because her name is Anaí, so E.
Okay.
And
I recently heard Tiny on Gigi's Under 7 was playing. And there was a little girl on the other side.
And she had
And she definitely was tiny. Like when I heard Tiny, I was like, I knew exactly who they were talking about. I was like,
You're
it's
like,
that little girl.
It's that one.
But damn, they're fast.
Yeah, no, he'll give
Tiny's the
it.
only
My cousin was the
tiny
goalie for his team, and her name is Kenya. Shout out to my cousin.
Shout out!
And then he calls her Kanye.
Kanye.
Like he'll give a nickname to people like that.
Or when parents mispronounce like American names,
yeah.
sticks forever.
It does.
It sticks forever. I'm like, dang, you guys can't even try. I know you can say it. Oh my! Talking about mispronouncing words for the longest time. I used to work at a store. My uncle used to work at this, we would work together, and he had like a big bottle of yellow liquid, and that's what he would clean the cabinets with.
In my brain, I was like,
not that kind of liquid, mal pensada. Pero he would call it Diawesum. And I'd be like, oh, okay. So like, hey, tráeme la Wesum. And I knew exactly what bottle it was, right? So I was like, okay, I know what it is. And then one time he gets busy and he's like, mija, ve a la tienda y tráeme una botella de hueso. And I'm like, awesome. You know, and I'm young. So I'm like, I used to speak a lot more Spanish than English. So I was like, oh, okay. So voy a la tienda yo y no lo encuentro. Because he had it in an unbranded bottle.
Oh, okay.
And I go to the cashier and they were chinos, but they spoke Spanish. And I was like, hey, you know, estoy buscando la hueso.
I know
and
what
he
that
was
is
like,
now.
yeah. And he was like, el hueso. And he starts talking to me in English, like, hey, I don't know what that is. Can you describe it to me? I'm like, yeah, it's a yellow liquid for cleaning. He's like, do you mean awesome?
And you're like, yeah.
I don't know.
And then I was like, I don't think so. And then it clicked in a
and
second.
you're like, a hueso.
Awesome.
Ay, qué pendeja.
I mean,
That happened to me with Vicks too.
why would they?
Because it's not
It's vapor rub, not vapor.
vapor rub.
Vaporu.
I was like, I went to Walmart and I'm like, where's the Vaporu? Where's the Vaporu?
I know these
Vapor
were
rubs.
names.
Vicks is
Y otra vez de pendeja, excuse me, do you guys have Vaporu?
They're like, vapor rub?
Do you need Vaporu? But that one, the lady was Latin, so she knew exactly what I was talking about.
She's like, oh, vapor, yeah.
I had this poor Chino thinking like,
Vaporu.
what is she
A hueso.
talking about?
My aunt will
Viste?
fight with the chinitos, and my aunt doesn't speak another aunt, not my favorite, a different one. She will fight with the chinitos.
No shade.
I have no shame telling people she's my favorite aunt because she is. I don't know why I shouldn't be like that, but I am. Anyway, she the other one that was not my favorite. I mean, she's still my aunt, right?
Yeah.
But she I'm giving too many explanations about this.
I know.
She was fighting with some chinos, and then she doesn't speak English, right? And then she's like, shut up, motherfucker. Thank you very much. And then I was like,
I imagine it like, shut up, motherfucker.
no, she said, shut up, motherfucker. Thank you very much.
Damn,
And then I'm like,
perfect
tía. No, but it was in a weird accent. Tía, pero le dijo gracias. Dice, no, Anita, que chinguen a su madre, vámonos.
Oh, that's what she told
Yeah.
her.
I was like, oh, okay, vámonos.
Bro, that would be me trying to translate for my parents because I was their legal assistant at like 10 years old.
Why are we translating stuff we don't even know?
Ese hijo de su puta madre que se vaya a la chingada. And I'm like, oh yeah, he said that do you have any other solution for him?
We're gonna not take that after all.
I got diplomatic as heck.
You have to at that point. You have to.
He said, can we speak to your manager?
My mom, we went to the store and she bought a gallon of milk. So that cashier already knows the milk. It's whatever it was. She already knew the total. Like she had to put it in the register.
Okay, 'cause she's
so she
opened
got the
both
bag and said, "Oh, it's gonna be $4.50 or what? $4.59, whatever." Mama's like, "Ponlo en la máquina ahí." Y dice, "¿Qué? A ver, yo no miré." $4.59. Ah, okay. Yeah,
Now she
sure,
believed
right?
her.
So she pays her and then she leaves. She doesn't know that I'm behind her, that's my mom. Dice, ay, gente como esa señora no deben de salir de su casa. Y le dije, oh, ¿quién? ¿Mi mamá? Ah, ¿es todo lo que vas a llevar, mija?
She's like, oh.
It was one of
Oh my
those
God, I was
moments.
at a Wendy's and this guy, he got off his car. He was like, era un árabe, pero tenía como 2 cars of families, right? So, entra enojado, like un big tall guy. He comes in and he's mad. He's like, that's what I paid? $100 worth of food for you guys not to give me ketchup? Throws the bags at the workers. And I had just ordered. And somebody else was ordering and we had just ordered, so we were off to the side. And we're like, the hell? And the guy's like, I'm sorry, what do you need? He's like, I spent all this money and you can't even give me a ketchup packet and da-da-da-da. He's like, oh. So the guy like goes to get ketchup, right? And like gives him the ketchup. But this guy's still like talking smack. He's still like,
he's just living.
oh, you can't even give me ketchup. And what kind of management is this? Just like going off. And the guy's like a teenager. Like he's just giving him the ketchup. And he's like, but he's being mad disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I'm like mad dogging him. But I'm like, are you serious right now? Like,
Yeah.
my dude, just ask for it.
Yeah. Like
That was what you should say. Put him up.
No. I wasn't gonna fight him. He was completely irrational. He couldn't even ask for a packet of ketchup. And then, but this other guy, the guy that was ordering was like, he gave him the ketchup and he threw something at him. Like, I can't remember what he was holding, but
at the employee?
At the employee. Like, not at him, but like, you know, when you throw something on the counter and like, you're meaning to throw it at that person.
Like this? There you go.
Yeah, like that.
Got it.
And then the guy turns around and he's like, the guy that's ordering is like, you could at least say thank you. Yeah. And I was like, And he's like, what? So now
just trying to pick a fight.
Now they're arguing. But he's mumbling his way out, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like walking out the door right behind me because at that point I got my food. So we're like, I'm trying to walk out and this dude walks back in. Like, to go argue with the guy that's still ordering.
Some
to go
more?
argue with him. And I'm standing on the door, but I'm not moving. Because I'm like, what the fuck are you going to go do? Like, can I get through, please? And then, but I just stand there, like, looking at him like, are you okay? And he's just like, la, 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 la.
You're lucky she's right here because I would be...
She's stopping me!
No, but
and
people...
you're like, no, not.
But people are
sorry,
crazy.
Sir. Go ahead. And then he just like walks away all mad, and I was like, good for that guy for standing up for the employees. Girl, men are capable of hating women. I was not about to get myself in that.
But it's hard to stand up for people because you don't know how crazy they get.
Yeah, there's people that are just wild. Like, he clearly was not having a good day. I don't think most restaurants give you ketchup anymore if you don't ask for it.
You have to ask
for it. You have to ask for it, and they give you a certain amount. And there's even signs, like, I up the hill, there's Tacos Mexico, and it clearly says for every... Oh, no, King Taco does that, right? For every amount of tacos, you get a salsa.
Oh, yeah, they've been limiting...
Yeah. Talking about King Taco, their tortillas got this little.
I did not like King Taco last time I had it.
I love King Taco.
King Taco.
I love King Taco.
The burritos with the green salsa. Bomb.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Bray went to a bad one.
It was also like 3 a.m, so I'm just kidding. It was late.
You know what
Was it that one time we saw you with my cousins? No? After the concert?
Yes.
You know what? It was she was telling me the other day that she went to Tacos Mexico, and I remember back in the day that was the place to go.
That was the place to go.
Really you got out of the club and everybody was there.
Tacos Mexico. Open late.
We went after practice not too long ago, and my daughter goes, "Mom, everybody that's coming right now, they look like they're going to the club.
They're just coming from the club."
I'm pretty sure they're coming back from the club, Mama.
Dude, if you're driving and you see a street taco vendor and them chicks are in heels, stop. Those tacos are bomb.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah, those were the good old days.
We look somebody with a gorro and sus botas de
all
avestruz.
dressed up.
Oh my God. Oh my God, yeah. I remember back in the day, we didn't even have a car, we didn't have money.
But then for tacos.
But we had money for tacos, and then we were at the like I was at the Farallon every Friday. Did not miss. New outfit every Friday.
You were
didn't have a car.
The economy, girl.
Yes.
Oh my God! Now that I think about it, I was like, I was so happy and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy now.
But you went out.
But I was
every weekend.
Yes.
No, girl. With not so many responsibilities.
No, well, because I didn't get married till I was 30.
That's awesome.
So I went out. I did so many things. Good things.
Audience, wait.
Definitely.
You know what? Your life is still gonna be there when you're ready. If they're yours, they'll be there.
They'll wait for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think people need to have fun.
They're probably not born yet.
But then again, look.
Cougar alert.
No, not me.
Damn, you're shading your sister.
Hey, don't talk about.
Don't condone this, okay? This is her.
We don't agree. We don't agree with that. So tell us more.
Drop us, guys, your favorite taco spot.
Yes.
In the IE.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back.
So, we have a soccer game this Saturday, 8 a.m.
What's the check-in time? Like
7:20.
Who does that?
That means we have to leave the house at 6 a.m. No, we have to get up at 6
and be there by 7:20. Criminal.
Sometimes I realize why am I doing this?
Who comes up with this?
Yeah, who comes up with this?
When is it the appropriate time?
Do you not have the field at 9 a.m.?
Can you just not push it an hour back? Why do they have to start at 8?
Yeah,
Okay.
why do they start at 8?
I have pros and cons about this because on the one hand, I hate waking up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. Okay? On the other hand, that's like the best time to get parking.
It is because you're the first game and you don't have to worry about...
And people be wilding out on parking. They're on top of sidewalks, on the grass, backed up into places they shouldn't be backed into.
Even though they've been told
That's the only
not to park
positive.
there.
That's true, because when you get a game at 11, you can't really have breakfast for the kids because it's going to be bad. But they're kind of hungry right at 11. And then at
You don't
12,
want their
they're...
stomach to hurt, so you have to prepare something not too heavy. Also, I feel like the whole day escapes you.
If you have it later.
When you have like an 11 and noon.
That is literally bittersweet. If you have it as literally the first game in the morning, now you have your whole
day.
Your whole day. And you start off and you feel like the day is like endless because it just feels like forever.
Yeah.
I guess 8 o'clock.
Light at that time.
I guess 8 o'clock is good, or 4 o'clock. Right? Like a late. But in the ones in between, no.
Yeah.
Your whole day is gone.
I feel like it does go into your day. My favorite time is 9 or 10 because I still feel like
it's after you
it's early enough.
Get breakfast or eat. And
like you could still get breakfast and or brunch and then take a
And if
nap.
it rained the night before, maybe it's dried up by that time.
Yeah, that's true. But you were saying, because I agree with this, the best games are night games.
The best game times.
Evening game times.
Evening game times. I like evening game times.
I love Friday night games.
Friday night games are awesome.
I know,
Especially
those were
if they're
good,
indoor.
but...
Those are my fave. Like, that's my favorite.
The only bad thing is when you have more than one kid and then they don't play in the same...
back to back.
And they don't play in the same, you have to split, go here and then you go
7,
there.
There's 1 at 9 and you're just like, big old gap in the middle.
Yeah, how
but
do
if you
want...
leave, you lose your parking spot.
Yes, you can't leave. You have to like Uber.
And you have to be
some food.
supported with all the kids. You can't just be supported with the early 9 o'clock one and then the 3 o'clock. You have to have the same energy.
That's my pet peeve. When I know people have 2 games and then like only show up to the first one.
And you're like, you have...
Or they skip the early one and just come to the more convenient time. Like, dang, I still need you. Not calling you out, G, but I'm just saying. I'm just kidding. It's not you.
Oh, I was like...
We don't even have a kid on...
I'm like, our kids still play on the
I was going to say, we don't have a kid on the same team, but we do. Our sons.
Whoops! You're right.
Friday nights, when we have a Friday night game, I feel like it kicks off the weekend.
It does. I won't be able to make it to this Friday's game. I'm actually babysitting.
Oh,
I don't have Friday games anymore.
Friday games. Yeah, she's not having Friday games, but
I miss them. But
the boys. But I
the boys are
like
boring.
The environment. The boys are boring.
I find excitement when the girls are playing. Even the little girls too.
Girls are playing. Maybe that's where the excitement comes.
No, because when I see the little ones, that's exciting too.
Oh, the little girls.
So what makes the boys game boring?
I don't know.
I get that because I watch a lot more women's soccer than men's soccer. I watch men's soccer and I'm like, this is pointless. What am I looking at?
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'm biased because...
Reverse feminine.
Wait, but you have a girl too,
But
so...
I have my daughter and my son, and I like watching both games.
Yeah.
But maybe
I want to get used to the boys, but boys are like, oh, there's no excitement.
Maybe you need to get to know them a little better.
Maybe I should watch a full game.
Are you saying off of like...
I just walk out like, yeah, this is boring.
I don't miss any girls' games because I feel like my daughter is like gets really sensitive. I miss one of her games and my son's more like nonchalant about it. Oh, okay. But I was thinking like I need to stop because just because he's not vocal about it doesn't mean it doesn't bother him.
I know you should.
Maybe it does. He's quiet.
You know what? Because remember what happened last time? I told you that your daughter was playing and he was hugging you and holding you and trying to sit next to you because all the attention was for him.
Damn, why are you calling me out?
No, I feel like that was his way of telling you, yeah, I also want to be around you.
He always gives me cuddles like that, but they're violent cuddles.
Oh, but they're definitely...
He's like squeezing my lonjas and... I'm
maybe
like,
he has a cute aggression. He finds you adorable.
He finds me adorable.
Bites you.
We went off the rails here.
Sorry, guys. Anyways,
I want to know what mom's secrets are to scheduling. Like, I feel like you have to
We have no control of the scheduling.
No.
Or...
Like, how do you guys keep it together? Because you if they're at the same time, you have to coordinate another adult to take them if it's somewhere else.
It's stressful.
And even if it's not somewhere else, if it's on the same field and it's like all the way across, like what are your tips and tricks to it?
I have to force myself to stay at one of the fields.
And
then I like jet out to the other one.
I've had those where my son and my daughter are playing at the same time, and then I'll do like half of a game.
Yeah.
In one, and then
or
half
I'll be
of
like,
the game
this
in
one's
another
not
one.
that interesting. I'll be back. And then I'll be like, I gotta go back to the other one.
They seem like they got this. Let me go there.
I'll just be like a ping pong ball going back and forth. Preferred is like different times. But when it's at the same time, it's so stressful. And
it's stressful
like,
when
I
they're
want to be able to record
different cities.
like, oh, girl, yeah, I get
Those
so
are hard.
bummed out when they're in different cities or different places because I'm like, I missed it, and
you're always missing someone.
Yeah,
that's such a like mom guilt to have to carry. Like you're always failing somebody at different points.
I also feel like we're always telling our kids, "Oh, good job, you did great," but the dads are just like, "Oh, whatever."
I know.
That's so funny because I was watching. I think she's like a sports psychologist on TikTok. Oh, I can never remember anybody's name. But she was saying how the way that we discourage our young like preteens and teenagers is by trying to immediately give them notes like right after. Because I think as a parent, because I have done this multiple times. You're doing it because you are trying to help. You're trying to say like, oh, see, you did this. What could you have done
better?
But she was speaking more specifically toward like female like preteens, and she was like, that's just not the right time. Like, you need to kind of give her reflect, and then if she engages with you, engage with her back, and. Like, just don't do it right after the game, because she says, like, she's noticed a lot of players are
too hard on themselves?
defeated. Yeah, when they lose a game, they're already stressed out because they're like, oh, man, I'm going to go to my parent. My parent's going to be like, you did this wrong, you did this wrong, you did this wrong. And, like, they're not going to recognize anything that they did right. So they're, like, stressed out over performance.
Because what we saw that they did right is not how she feels that she did right. We need to first hear her out, like let her engage to us and tell us what does she think she did good, and then we can say, oh yeah, you did do that good. I also saw this.
Yeah, but she's saying don't try to just not do it right after the game, because it could be
unless they do it, like
unless they engage with you first. And she made a great point. Was that, and you probably know this because you've played more like in high school and stuff like that. She's like, your player knows what they did wrong.
Yeah.
The big bolts of what their mistakes were, they're usually really, really aware of it. Yeah. And you're
emphasizing it. You're creating a bigger issue than it really is, when in fact, as a player, you want them to be like, oh my gosh, that one pass that you did, or that one hit that you took, or that one stop. I feel like as a player, at least during the times that I did play and that my dad and my mom went to my games, like, I think those are the moments that I mostly like captured and held on to, as opposed to them telling me everything that went wrong and everything that I could have done right. Yeah. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I should not do that with my own children.
But it's hard because us moms out there and dads are doing it with the best intentions. Like, you want to help them do better.
Yeah, because I noticed that when they, like, when my daughter got hurt and she came out and I go, oh, it's okay, don't worry. No, it's not okay. And I kept trying to convince her, I need to stop.
Don't make them try to make them feel better.
Yeah. I need to let her feel her emotions. That's what I did that last game. Right? Yes. That's what I did that last game.
When it was the ankle twist, and then we got, like, and we bandaged it up, and then we told her to like do.
So what did you do?
So I noticed this last time because she got out of the game and she was mad and she was like throwing a tantrum and she wanted to cry, and I saw her and I was like, oh, let me start picking up my stuff. I'm not gonna engage into this, and I let it go and I walked away. And then she got over it on her own. That first reaction would have been, what's wrong? No. But I say, you know what? I can't do that.
Yeah. I was doing that a lot.
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore.
You have no reason to feel bad. You did the best you could. Yeah. You did good. And it's like, it kind of invalidates how they're feeling about
especially because they you're my mom. Of course you're going to say that. Yeah. They always feel that way. But they always want to know our input too.
You really suck today.
You could have done better.
So I'm trying not
What
to
was
say
that?
anything. I'm trying not to say anything during the game or
During
after.
the game.
Do you feel
Or
like
after.
you've had a more positive?
Yes,
Okay.
because she got over it on her own. When I looked at her, she was already playing with the rest of the kids' ball, and I was like, okay, I didn't have to do
Maybe
anything.
because you didn't intervene or anything, she kind of felt like, you know what, maybe I myself making a big deal about it. It's no big deal. I'm just gonna let
She
it go.
processed it.
Yeah, I think we gotta
But
try
I
that.
think like because I think mentally the girls have developed a lot from last year. But remember last year, they would have a loss and it would be like everyone's
Detrimental.
crying, everyone's mad, and I think like you have to let them
Just kind of go through the
get through it
motions.
without interfering, and then when they're ready to talk to you, talk to them.
Okay.
Like I think that's a valid point
I
because
think I'm trying that.
you
Yeah.
telling them, oh don't feel bad or oh don't cry or
Like we're telling them how to feel. Well, how do we know?
Yeah.
What I like, you might not like. What I think you did great, she might didn't even try to do that. She was trying to do something else, and I'm over here telling her, "Oh, that was great." What? I didn't do anything. Like when I think you were there where they were gonna do a penalty kick, and I said, "Don't give it to Hannah." But what she heard was, "Give it to Hannah,"
She was just
because they gave it to Hannah
she was
and she
stressed out about
scored.
it?
Yeah, she scored.
oh look at that.
She scored with the penalty kick at the indoor. And then when the game was over, see, Mom, I only did it because I heard you say, give it to Hannah.
Oh, no, you did not correct her, right?
No.
Okay, you were just
No,
like,
I shouldn't have.
Oh, I hope she doesn't hear this.
Sorry, Hannah.
too late.
Hannah, you're not 18. You can't listen to this. No,
There's no age restriction.
I said that and I regretted saying it. And then when she comes back, I said, I only did it because I heard you say, give it to Hannah.
Heart.
She would have been so bummed if she would have actually heard you.
Who? You were next to me.
She probably would have been mad. Like, why did you think that I couldn't?
Oh
do
yeah,
it?
oh yeah. She would. I wouldn't let. I wouldn't be alive right now.
No, like one time is Bella was like she got hurt and she got knocked down, and then they gave her a penalty, but then she didn't take it, and like on making mistakes of telling her right away. I should have never said anything because after the game I was like they missed it, or I think they made it, but it wasn't like an amazing. It was like a standard goal, and I was like, why didn't you take it? Like you're so good at those.
Oh.
And then she got mad because she was like, you don't care that I'm hurt? Like I was hurting, and I was like, yeah, no, you know. Like you're right.
Yeah.
Like we're over here telling them why didn't you make this decision or not, and we're not in there. Like we're not the ones.
For sure,
Hurting
I told my
ankles.
son. Yeah, for sure, I told my son in one of his soccer games. I was like, "Why didn't you take it? Like, you have the leg for it." He's like, "I'm not trying to make a mistake." I was like, "It's a middle school game." At least to me, I was like, "It's no big deal."
That when you
Let
can.
it be in high school, then I'd be like, "No, don't do it."
But I feel like you gotta let him make mistakes.
But he was very. At least when I saw him play in his school team, he was very reserved. Like he was very critical about the way he played, and I was like, who are you? This is not the you.
I feel like that
I'm used
happens
to.
when they think the other players are good.
Yeah.
They get like intimidated by
he was
it.
just kind of like, I'm not as good as that, or I don't think
Comparing
he even thought,
with.
like, yeah, I don't think he even thought that. It just like he was just so like, I don't want them to
Get mad at me.
Yeah, I don't want them to see me make a mistake and they get really upset with me. And I'm like, they won't. And then when he finally started taking shots and he almost scored, everybody was like, "Whoa, that was cool!" And I was like, "Do you see that? You took the shot. You took the opportunity when in other."
You have
games
to
you
take
wouldn't
those
have.
risks. We have to
Yeah.
tell them. Like, that applies in life, too. Like, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
You have to
no
take
risk,
the risk.
no reward. And the
Yeah.
worst thing that can happen is either a no or you fail and then you learn from it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep moving forward.
we had a little kid in the team. He was in my when we had a team. He was 6. He was super tiny, but he was good. He could take all the kids. He was like a professional soccer player, and he was only 6. You know, some kids are natural. You can't teach them anything. They do things that you never.
I mean,
showed
just
him how to
teach
do.
him discipline, maybe,
Yeah,
but like,
and then he would take them, and we always want, and because he was so tiny, he would even play with the 11-year-olds because he was tiny, but he was so good. They let him play. So, but his dad, oh my God, his dad would always tell him he was over here, and then he was like, move. He'll stand on the sideline, and he go, Tiny, move this way a little bit, just a little bit. and then he'll move a little bit. You're too much. Go back. Like he would always tell him.
Micromanage the kids.
Always. And then I was standing there, right? And I was like, oh my God, here we go. But we all knew that Dad was like that. And for as much as we told him, please don't do it. Let him. You're not the coach.
That makes the kids very conscious because they feel like if they didn't follow your direction, that you're disappointing them.
But you're following the. So the kid was just waiting there for the ball. And he's like, I can see. You need to go forward. And the kid just looks at the dad and then gives him the finger. And then I pretended I didn't see that. And I looked the other way. And miró lo que me hizo. Dije, no miré. I get involved in that. You deserve that.
Yo traía lentes. Yo no vi nada.
Yo no vi. Yo no hablo español.
¿En español?
¿No hablo señas?
Yo no
soy trilingüe.
Oiga, ese no es mi hijo. Yo no estaba viendo.
Me paró el dedo. Le dije, no vi, oiga.
¿A poco? ¿Qué le?
And you were like, thank God he deserved it.
Thank God you deserve that. Leave the kid alone.
Stop it.
Oh.
I would like to learn more about how to deal with dealing with them. Yeah, I feel like mental is such a big part of the game that we're learning as we go. Like I feel like we've been soccer moms for a long time, and I'm still like
getting used to
yeah,
it.
you're right.
You know, the only thing that I was thinking about is one day we're not going to be soccer moms anymore. What are we going to do?
I'm going to be a soccer tia.
Soccer tias.
Oh, you're going to be a soccer tia.
We're going to be coaches.
Our kids are not going to want to hang out with us. They're not going to play soccer.
We adopt all the children. Like I feel like I love all the little kids.
Like when our kids go to college, we'll have like, we're taking you to lunch. Let's all go to lunch.
Yes.
That'd be awesome.
Like all of us. Huh?
I'll go to things. Like if you invite me to your kid's game, like I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I'll go too.
I told my cousin.
I'll go watch it.
I'll go watch random kids. I don't care.
Actually, she shows up.
No, because you know there's some kids.
Hey, who's that lady?
Wait, because you know there's some kids that their parents don't go. They just drop them out. ¿Quién no tiene mamá? Ah, yo le voy. Yay, number 7.
Go 7.
Rent a mom. I'm going to be a rent a mom.
Rent a soccer mom.
You could make a business out of that.
I could.
You know, they rent chambelanes now and like men of
they're
honor
really awesome.
or guest.
Yeah, and they're like,
Hey, we don't need that. All the soccer boys in the team are going to be the chambelanes for all the girls.
I know. But you know what we are? Great seat fillers. So if anybody wants to give us event tickets, we fill out a crowd.
We can get 20 people in no time. 40
people.
Yeah, like within moments notice.
We just let them know, hey.
Es que a todos nos gusta el desmadre y free tickets. We're there.
We'll drive anywhere. You tell us.
Put VIP on it, we get 50 on the roll.
Oh my God.
You invite the team?
Hey, we clear our calendar real quick on Friday.
I know.
She even canceled appointments. She made up illnesses.
No, I did not.
What did you? Oh, she made up fake appointments.
She didn't. She
actually didn't.
It wasn't
for my patrimonio.
It wasn't a fake appointment. It was a real appointment. But how convenient, though.
No, but I did have an event to go to that day, and I was like, my daughter wasn't
soccer event. What do I do? Soccer, yes.
I apologized
VIP.
to her yesterday. Sorry, soccer mom. I was like, I couldn't say no. My daughter would have killed me.
What did we have to do that day?
It was
sign-ups or something?
It was a sign-up event for like a school. Well, it was like a fair.
It was a fair, an informational fair. It was kind of like a...
They can Google it. They don't need us.
It was kind of
Look
like to
us on Instagram, guys.
Promote our soccer team to get more kids to enroll. And then we were like, there's a soccer game that we're going to go.
Do you know what we should do?
It's because they literally, the amazing people texting like, that's your fault for tagging me on that sweepstake.
You know what we should do? We should give the kids a paper and tell them to write down like the 2 favorite things that you hear your parents scream while you're playing and the 1 bad thing you don't like. And just say, it's anonymous. Just put it in there. We'll read them.
Oh.
And then we'll read them on our next...
We could read them. Because sometimes we think we know and we have no idea.
Yeah, like sometimes you think you're saying something encouraging and they're like...
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I think we could
win the ball, sweetie. And they're like, this again?
Yeah.
Run faster.
Yeah.
Run.
You know my pet peeve is when people are like, shoot, and they have no shot.
Just take a shot, and I'm like, they can't.
They don't have an opening.
We gotta stop.
Doesn't get them there. I'm like,
No,
you need
they have like 3 players on top of it.
Or it's like, you need to shoot farther back. But yeah.
I've seen it where the kid is not even in possession of the ball. I'm like,
chill.
who? What?
The ball's on the other side,
Yeah,
and
it's
you're over
like
here.
with the other
Go across the field, get the ball, and come back.
And score where if they're defenders.
I mean, yeah, we gotta do that so we can get to know the kids
We could
more.
do a little exercise, but I think definitely we want to hear from our soccer moms. How do we encourage our kids after a bad game?
Yeah.
And sometimes they win, but sometimes they individually had a bad performance, or they got subbed out early, or something like that. It's like, how do we deal?
How do you deal with them?
Yeah. And sometimes the coach, unfortunately, in some teams, not luckily, this doesn't happen in our team, which is that's amazing. But most teams, they're so competitive. If you're not good, they don't really put you to play. And it's not just the coach, but he gets the pressure from the moms.
Friendlies.
They have the good soccer players. They're not threatening him, but they're kind of look. If you're not gonna put myself, we're gonna go somewhere else. If you're gonna put these kids that don't play, the parents put a lot of pressure, and they don't care about the other kid. He's not good, but he doesn't play because you're not good enough.
I don't like when that happens.
That happens
it's
a
off
lot.
season. It's like, this is the time to develop players. This is the time to give opportunities.
It's like if you don't give them enough play
we're not
time,
even in season, and you're like trying to get kids subbed out. It's like, come on now. That's not the time.
It's not.
But it happens. And not just kids need to have good sportsmanship. Parents need to have good sportsmanship too.
Yes. And that's so hard.
And I'm guilty of this because sometimes I'm like, my daughter could have. I'm trying to stop myself, guys. I'm trying to be a better person.
Good job. Good job.
I'm flawed.
Look, I'm gonna clap for you. Good job. You're
Guys,
doing great,
get your
sweetie.
tiny violins.
You're doing great,
Tiny
sweetie.
violins.
It's
Why are
hard.
you calling out my sicknesses?
I'm
actually
sorry.
sick.
I'm sorry.
You guys, there's nothing worse than tooth pain. I feel like if somebody tells me the wrong thing, we're gonna fight.
Put them up.
Put them up.
Put them up.
I'm ready. Like, I'm irritable. I haven't slept.
Okay, this is when you get sick because my shoulder's been hurting and I don't know why it's hurting. And
I think
then
we're all preparing to call off tomorrow.
when
I have to go to work. Ya no tengo tiempo.
I ran out too.
when you're sick, you and then you realize that your health is the most important thing because when nothing hurts, you're so happy.
Exactly.
Have you seen this meme that people are doing, or this TikTok thing where they press the mic or say, "I'm calling in sick. I'm in the hospital."
Yeah, I've seen
And they're like, beep, and they have the iPhone cabled earphones, and they like turn around to make them look like they're for breathing.
If you were really in the hospital, you would not be calling.
One time
Don't call me.
I call out
You're in the
sick, but I went to Mexico City.
Oh.
I called out sick for 2 days.
You were sick of the U.S.?
No, but my
the whole country.
I didn't think that one through because I go, it's okay because if my boss needs anything, he'll call me. But I didn't think that when you're in Mexico, it rings different.
Oh,
the
yeah, it
ringtone.
goes beep.
So he calls me and I picked up and I was like, "Hi, I'm
She's
just
all
here."
pretending.
Yeah. I was like,
He's like, I totally
what
heard
are
it
you
for
doing?
Listen to this,
Says,
Anna's
what are you
boss.
doing? And I was like, I'm just here, resting. Your phone is your phone working? It's like he doesn't know what that is. He's white.
Thank God.
He's like, what is
He's traveled
something
before.
wrong with your phone? It wasn't ringing. I was like, oh yeah, it's not working lately, but I'll fix it next time. And that's when I realized, shit, I don't know what I'm gonna do if he calls again. That's a Mexican ringtone.
He's not gonna know. He's gonna be like,
I know, but
Every time I call Anna when she's sick,
She
her
said she was
phone
gonna
acts
fix
up.
it.
I think her phone is sick too.
I was in Mexico City,
She's
girl.
gonna fix it.
He goes beep.
Yeah, it was like that. Your phone sounded like it was busy. I was like, no, it's not busy.
She's like pretending she's in the country. It's so funny.
Oh, yes, I was, girl.
Imagínate if you would have found out.
No, yeah. I mean, I have vacation time, but I know I couldn't leave on
you didn't
those
wanna
days.
use it?
No, I
Oh,
couldn't
on
leave
those
because
days.
he needed me. But I already bought the tickets. I was not going to.
And he didn't, no te otorgó the vacation, and you're like, I'm sick.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really. But you have to start that like 2 days ahead. Like,
Oh.
so
Like right
something-
now. Oh, me duele. Oh, my shoulder.
No, my shoulder,
I
yeah.
have like a little pinch right here.
By the time this airs, I was out for the whole week.
I had to call out.
How to get.
Call in dead.
I ran out of sick days. I have to call in dead.
Okay, let me tell you that I'm usually like the type of person that like hoards hours. Like I won't take it. No, but listen, I made a resolution to myself the last year that wasn't gonna be me. I'm like, it's part of your compensation package. Use it, ladies.
Yeah.
So I was like, every time I'm sick, I'm gonna take it. Cause sometimes you're like, oh, I'm okay. Like I'm good enough to work, and it takes a toll on you.
I have 6 weeks
Just
off from work.
use
I need
it.
a year. I get 6
Take
weeks
every
off.
single
You
day.
get 6 weeks off? You're so lucky.
Well, I've been there for 22 years. I think they should send me home for the whole year.
Can I get like...
You should get a quarter off.
Can I get 24 months off?
Can I just come on Fridays?
That would be awesome.
No, on Fridays.
No, we're
Tuesday,
convincing.
Wednesday, Thursday,
We're
the
convincing
perfect
our
schedule.
boss to work from home on Fridays, and he's going for it almost like.
It makes sense. Honestly.
I'm gonna do the same amount of work here or there, which is none.
Which is follow my boss.
Maria called me at work. She
She's
goes, "Are
lying.
you busy?" And I'm like, "I'm at work, girl. I'm never busy."
If you would have called me after work, I would have been really busy.
Really, really busy. Because that's when the real work starts, right? Like chores, things, the house, driving, traffic.
Wait, we're soccer moms. There's never a break. Even if you're sick, there's a soccer game you gotta get to.
Yeah.
Or you have to watch a game on TV. Something. has
There's
to
a
happen.
practice. There's a game. There's somewhere to go. It just is what it is.
It is.
A soccer mom's job never stops.
Never.
Yep, never.
Ever.
Let's talk about it. This concludes our episode. Thank you for watching. This concludes Mamás Fuera de Lugar.
Yay!
Ouch.
See you.
Not beating the AI allegations.